We are talking about a movie that's getting a lot of buzz right now. It just opens today in the Cleveland area. Tracy Ellis Ross stars in it, Sterling K. Brown, people that you know, you've seen a whole bunch, and also stars Jeffrey Wright. Terrific picture. I want you to check this out. It's called American Fiction.
What really struck me was that too few books were about my people. Where are our stories?
Cornered by a world of stereotypes, many authors compromise for money and commercial success.
Yo, Sharonda, girl, you be pregnant again? If I is, Ray Ray is gonna be a real father this time around.
It's hilarious.
It is hilarious. I mean,
it is hilarious. But you know what's wonderful is it's hilarious. That is hilarity that is anchored in humanity versus telling jokes.
Come on, Aces.
And so there's a sense of laughing out of identification, laughing out of understanding, laughing out of seeing yourself or what you know, as opposed to that was a good joke.
Is it bad to cater to people's tastes?
People want to love you, Monk. You should let them love all of you.
And it's a satire about Hollywood and the types of stories that they were willing to see black people in. And at the same time, this movie gives an alternative as to how you can see us. There's a lovely family drama sandwiched in the middle of this delightful satire.
Your books change people's lives.
They're offering $4 million for the movie rights.
Yes! The dumber I behave, the richer I get.
as abstract as it sounds, people can see a little bit of their family in these characters also, can't they?
I'm hoping that it's not that abstract,
No,
right?
it's a universal story.
I think for the longest time we've been able to, marginalized people have been able to see themselves in mainstream stories all of the time. And it's lovely to see it sort of being flipped over. And I love when an older white woman says, like, I'm Cliff. I'm like, yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Makes me happy.
I also think there's something to be said about the universality of stories.
Yeah.
And when told well, we can all identify, particularly in Monk's story, of how you see yourself versus how the world sees you. And I think that's something that is a story we're all making sense of that, whether in our families or anywhere else.
Reality? Sometimes you have to protect character integrity.
Constantly as a woman or a wife in that role, being the one that's at home cooking dinner, I switch that up often. I will instead choose to have a computer or a book, or to be coming home from work versus being standing in the kitchen, just because instead of perpetuating the things that we always hear about, you know, those
like
roles.
protecting the integrity of a character.
Yes,
Your
that is
character,
exactly right.
You take it on and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Loved it, loved it, loved it, and thank you very much.
Thank you so
man.
much.
Appreciate it.
Really
Thank you.
Loved it, loved it, loved it. I meant it.
You meant it, meant it, meant it?
Yeah, I meant it, meant it, meant it. It's a brainy picture. It's really good. Jeffrey Wright, plays the main character, Monk, and, they were talking about him maybe being nominated for an Academy Award, Gold Globes, Actors Guild coming up. And the whole cast, it's a great cast. It's a deep cast. And it really, it tells a story how, he's an author, Jeffrey Wright is an author who writes really highbrow kind of literature kind of stuff. And it showed an example of a lady who should write that, but instead she writes hip hop street stuff, with kind of language that you really couldn't use right now on television, but that's what makes it hip, because it's the street. So he has to compromise and go to the street and do the street rap.
Even though he doesn't want to. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's great. And everyone in the cast is just terrific. That's, Dinah Russ's daughter.
She's very talented. And I loved
Sterling.
him in This Is Us.
Yeah.
And there was something else he was in that I've seen him
He's got a whole bunch of awards, too. He's got a whole bunch of awards.
And they're both so sweet, so kind.
And Jeffrey Wright. So when I got a chance to go out to Los Angeles and talk to everyone in this cast, it was like everyone I met was just so like brainiacs. You know what I mean? Brainiacs, and they really turn you on to so many little things that you don't notice, that you absorb and you like about things.
That's why they get excited when someone's really paying attention to what they're saying. And like you threw it back at her and she goes, exactly. You see how excited she got when you did that.
I got lucky. I got lucky.